Already in the room. Hey, y'all beat me here. What's going on? Oh, this lighting is bad. I might have to move in the next second. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are here for story time. Huh? Shut up. You gotta start it over.
I'll just go down my hair. I don't care. Oh my god.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back. You are here for my story time today. I'm about to change seats real quick, because I don't like that bright ass light behind the back of my head. So I'm gonna switch over in a minute. Had to put my earrings on. Gotta look halfway presentable on camera. Who I got in the room right now? Introduce yourselves. If you have a channel, let everybody know that you have a channel. We're gonna try to make this a networking party at the same time, and everybody can subscribe to each other. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I haven't did a story time in a long doggone time, so yeah, that light right there that's not working for me. I'm gonna have to do something different. You see, this is where we're supposed to be prepared for this type of stuff. Y'all don't want to introduce who y'all are. This is gonna be a good story time. It ain't gonna be no grown folks stuff. So y'all could talk on this story time and not feel ashamed, because it ain't gonna be about sex this time. Hope you have an amazing day. Justin from Chicago. Hey Justin, how are you? You down the street. Oh, I don't like that lipstick. You right down the street. I'm in St. Louis, so you probably my cousin. You just don't know it. I put on lipstick and I didn't mean to put on lipstick, but it matched. All right, so for this story time, I'm gonna start off first with something a little bit different, and then I'm gonna slide into the story time. So while we waiting on people to join in, I know this is Super Bowl Sunday, but I really don't give a damn about the Super Bowl. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stream anyway. So while we waiting on people to come on in, I'm gonna go ahead and just promote myself real quick. I also am a writer. I write under the name of Smurfette D. I also write under the name of C.L. Reed. But under Smurfette D, I have already released an erotic book. This is a grown folks book called Doing the Damn Thing. It's available on Amazon and Kindle digital format. Hey, Rowdy Chicken 59, what's going on? And it's also available in paperback. You can also order through me through my email, and I'll give you a signed copy if you order it that way. The book is 15 bucks. Like I said, right now I'm just promoting myself, so if y'all want to promote yourselves in the chat session, go ahead and do so. I want everybody to support each other. I also am a travel accommodation agent. I can get y'all 4 days and 3 nights for 99 bucks at some of y'all most prestigious travel vacations like Disney World, Las Vegas, Park City up in Utah. Y'all can hit me up. I'll shoot y'all my website link, and this is a real deal. 4 days and 3 nights for 99 bucks total. It does not include airline travel. It's just the accommodations. But for 4 days, 3 nights, I can get you a nice ass resort, 99 bucks. So y'all hit at me. I'll put all my information down in the link once this video uploads for sure. Like I said, I'm just waiting on people to join. I'm gonna start talking at about 5 minutes. I was trying to change seats, but my damn table was too heavy. So while we waiting on that, I just want to show y'all some random shit that I like to buy. Because I said once before too in one of my videos that I like to buy random stuff that I shouldn't be buying. So I'm gonna start off first. Just a few months ago, I bought these sexy ass knives, right? I love knives. And these right here, I bought these down in Dallas. This was a set of 3. My daughter stole them from me. You see the serrated blades on that and the holographic look? I have an addiction for knives. So like I said, right now I'm just sharing shit with y'all until we actually get the story time started. So yeah, I bought that recently. I also bought myself this replica. This is a replica of the gun that's used in the TV show Supernatural. I have a habit of buying shit like that. I bought that. I'm a Hello Kitty fan. I bought me a Hello Kitty plushie doll. I love them too. And y'all probably can see back here my Black Panther and my Daryl Dixon Funko Pop art. I bought that too. I still have not moved from this light. That's the problem. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. While we doing that, y'all gonna hear my voice because I'm finna move stuff. YouTube, if you're on their Twitter page, YouTube is doing something for Black creators for Black History Month. So for the entire 28 days, YouTube is going to be promoting a Black content creator on YouTube for Black History Month. So basically, you're a Black person, you make content, YouTube is going to share your video or your channel. But what they are doing that I noticed so far, they are only sharing channels that have over 1 million subscribers. So I had retweeted it, but I was like, I hope y'all don't forget about these small YouTubers out here making content as well. And we'll see what happens. I want to thank everybody who has joined my channel, who's just watching my channel, even if you haven't subscribed. But please subscribe if you don't. But like I said, we got 6 people in the room. Shout yourselves out. Say what's up. I know Riley Chicken 59 is in here. I know we're going to call you Michael Ealy since that's your screen name is in the building. So that's 2 of the 6 people. If y'all have channels, let everybody know so we can subscribe to each other. And then we're going to get started with this story time as soon as I move out from this damn light up in the sky. That's a little better. Is that better for y'all too? Because the light is still there. Let me know if that's better looking. As y'all can see all that bright light over my head. I know I'm an angel and I got my glow going on, but everybody cool on the light? I'm assuming that's a yes. Can y'all hear me? Hey everybody, hey Casey Connection, you said you was coming on through. Hey, be fabulous, you be fabulous, be you, we all love that theme song. So, as I said before, I am a writer and I like to talk, so I like to tell story times. But every story that I tell on my channel is true. Hey, Smurfette Did It, what's up? Welcome to the room. And this particular story is going to be true as well. If you watch my TV show reviews and recaps, you would know that I have been arrested. And I always say that one time I got arrested. So this is going to be accumulation of every time that I have got arrested. I hope I don't leave none out. So I'm going to start off first with my first experience. I didn't actually get arrested on this particular time, but it's an experience. When I was 10, yes, I was a youngster, naughty head. My cousins and I, you say haven't lived until arrested. That's what I'm saying. You have not lived until you've been handcuffed and let me out. My cousins and I, we went to a store and we decided we was going to hit up our little 5-finger discount. That's what we like to call it when you're picking up stuff that ain't yours and you're taking it home, our 5-finger discount. And we going through the store. We got like candy and I had like jacket full of sunflower seeds. I don't know why I was stealing all the sunflower seeds. My cousin had perm kits. We 10, 9, 8 years old, stealing all this stuff from the store. Well, I had another cousin that was a police officer. He worked in this particular store. Now we trying to get out the store and he see us and he hug us up and give us a hug. And he picks up my little cousin and she drops all her doggone candy and junk on the floor. Now, she done dropped all this stuff we stole in front of a cop. Now, mind you, he is our cousin, but he is a cop, and he at work. So, they take us all into the back room. It's like 5 of us. We all go into the back room. And he chastising us about, like, y'all know y'all shouldn't be stealing. Y'all my family. I'm the law. How that's going to look on me, that's another. Now, all my friends, they all got busted with their items. Me, I didn't. I still had a jacket filled of pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. So my auntie came up there and picked us all up, cussed us all out, but she still let us go back outside. So, because he said he wasn't going to press no charges, so we didn't get in that much trouble. My scary ass, I run over to the library and dump everything into the toilet because I thought that the police would still follow me. Every time I looked around, every time a police officer came down the street, I was scared as shit. I was like, oh no. And I got away with all my stuff. So I had all the goods for everybody else to share. We wasn't in trouble. And yeah, so that was my first experience with the police. Now my second experience with the police, I was 16. I actually got locked up on this time. Me and my homegirls, we was going to the mall. We was already skipping school. Going to the mall. And we going to this bathroom stall. And the bathroom was pretty packed. It's a line in there, everybody in line, and we waiting. But it's one stall that's open. You can see the door swinging. And I'm looking around like, why ain't nobody going in? Okay, so I decided to make my move. I head into the stall. When I get in there, I realized that the door didn't lock, and that's why nobody was going in there. But I had to pee, and I had to pee really, really bad. I don't know where my friends were at. They were all throughout the mall. I don't know if we were stealing. I know I wasn't stealing that day, but they might have been stealing. That's why they all disbanded. Hey, you not ready 365? Welcome to the room. I'm talking about a story time today about times that I have been arrested or cuffed. And once we got into the bathroom, like I said, I'm holding the door, and all of a sudden, the door yank open. I'm coming off the toilet. I got pee streaming down my damn leg because I'm pissing in the toilet. And this woman snatches me by my hair to get me off the toilet. So now, like I say, I'm 16 at this point. I already thought I was a thug. I thought I was a straight gangster, y'all. You just don't know, understanding my upbringing, you'll understand why I think I was a thug. So now we finna fight. So I'm in the bathroom, pants down to my knees, pee had already streamed down my thigh. This lady pulls me out, this big white lady. She was a big burly white lady too. She had one of those Ric Flair old hairdos back in the day. Snatched me off the toilet, so now we fighting in the bathroom. My friends were nowhere to be found. So I'm in this bathroom, me, this little 16-year-old black girl. I was only 5 feet tall. I'm still 5 feet tall. I never grew over that height. And this big-ass white lady fighting in the bathroom. Well, some other cops come in, and I get arrested. They take me down to the little local jail. They gave us these little wet-ass McDonald's sandwiches. The bread was like soggy wet. And I'm like, had been watching a lot of TV shows with, you know, black uprising and thing. So I'm gonna put myself on a damn hunger strike. I'm gonna eat nothing. I'm in the jail starving. And I'm thinking, where my damn friends at? Ain't nobody gonna go back and tell my auntie, because I wasn't living with my mom. I was like, ain't nobody gonna go back and tell my auntie that I got arrested. Okay, they arrested me because they said I was fighting. They didn't arrest the lady. Well, they gave me a court date and released me 48 hours later. So I missed school, but it didn't matter because I actually lived alone for a lot of my teenage years. I lived with friends, so I didn't have nobody really to report to. That's why I wanted somebody to call my auntie because she knew who I was. So I got out and I went to jail and went to court. Got to court. Come to find out, the lady who snatched me off the toilet, she was a damn cop. And that's why she didn't get arrested. So I mean, somebody needed to jump in, because I'm like, you see this grown ass lady with this little teenage girls, but I was handling mine. I'm telling y'all, I was a fighter. If y'all knew my upbringing, you understand why I was a fighter. I was a fighter. So I was handling mine. But we got to court and the judge was like, there is no way this little bitty ass girl beat up this grown ass woman. And she was fucked up. She had a black eye. I had scratched her face all up. And I hate getting stuff underneath my nails. We was in that bathroom banging. So they dismissed the case because they did not believe her version of the story. Now, as far as her losing her job or anything happening to her, I don't know. I was 16. I didn't decide to pursue it. So I never had it either. Hey, Life with Kim B, what's going on? Again, if y'all are in this room and y'all have channels, let somebody know so everybody can sub to y'all. We try to do sub for sub up in this joint. This is a small networking party. So, yeah. Hey, you not ready? You not ready? That's the Popeyes man right there. So, yeah, that was my second experience with the police. Okay. My third experience with the police landed me in jail a little bit longer. I don't even know how old I was. Keena, how old was I when I got arrested that time? How old were you? Oh, she's doing it live too, my bad. Okay, so let me set the scenario up. One day, I was driving down the highway, right? And y'all know, if y'all watch my Travel and Talk Tuesday, I have a problem with road rage. So we going down the highway this one particular time. And I'm in the exit ramp lane so I can get off. And another lady coming on the ramp. So we in both lanes, it's the same lane, right? But when she come on, I guess she wanted me to jump over to the next lane. Well, bitch, I'm getting off. I'm not finna jump over. So I stayed in my lane. She ended up coming around me, coming in front of me, and then slamming on the brakes. Like, park the brakes. But when she did it, she gave me the finger. So now I'm like, oh, no the fuck she didn't. No the fuck she did not just give me the finger. So in my road rage state of mind, I followed her ass off the highway. Brake check. That's what I'm saying. She hit the brakes on me, Tina Beth. Hey girl, welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. Yeah, she hit the brakes on me. So I followed her off the highway, Tina Beth. You know, you be telling me to calm down on my road rage. This particular time, I didn't calm down. Followed this lady off the highway. And when she realized that I was following her, she pulled over to the side. I used to always drive with a machete in my car. as I just showed y'all, I like knives, and this little knife right here ain't close to what I used to ride around in my car. I used to have a straight up machete. And so when she parked the car, I jumped out and I grabbed my machete because now I'm mad. Well, she had a club, one of the ones that you lock your steering wheel with. She had a club in her hand. And right, Jason on it. I'm like a little bit crazy cuckoo over here. And when I got up to her car, she started swinging at me with this club. But I'm like, okay, Red. She's like, put the knife down, put the knife down. And like me being the G that I am, I say, fine. I put the knife down, threw the knife over into the car. So then she spit at me. Now, her spit did not land on me, but spitting at me is just as bad. So now I'm reaching in her car and trying to drag her out the car. And at that moment, a police car goes by. When the police car go by, you know, of course, I let her go. And then she peels off. I'm thinking that's the end of it. I was done with it. Crowbar too. I got a crowbar in the car now because I took the machete out because Missouri, they give you tickets now if you have a blade in your car that's over 3 inches. So I got the crowbar in there now. They can't tell me I can't keep my crowbar. So I thought I was done with that because she peeled off and went the whole direction. The police kept on rolling by, and I was on free to go home. I went home, didn't think nothing of it. A few days later, me, my daughter, and my friend Mocha, y'all saw her on the Grown Folks Session #1. We were at Best Buy. And we were there at the night the store closes. If y'all did not know this, if you're on a Best Buy shopping lot in St. Louis, matter of fact, any Best Buy, if you're on a Best Buy parking lot, no matter where you at 9 o'clock, the police come around and they run the plates of every car that's sitting on that lot. Okay, so in my particular case, the lady who I had pulled out the knife on had phoned in my car and my plates. So my plates had a bench warrant on them. So they waited for me, my daughter, and my friend to get into the car. And they we drove up to the red light, got up to the red light, and police just swooped down on me. It was like 16 damn cars. They jumped out the car, had their guns locked and loaded on us, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And the police officer was like, oh, we have a bench warrant for this car. And I'm hearing them radio in the plates. So when you hear them come back over to dispatch, they was like, suspect is armed and dangerous, be cautious. And I'm like, who the hell are they talking about? I'm like, y'all got the wrong car. Y'all got the wrong person. But no, they wanted me. They had the right car. So one of my old coworkers, I nicknamed her, Smurfette, okay. Got to take your phone call and come on back, Tina Beth. So, we was coming off the lot. They arrested me. Now, my girlfriend and my daughter was real young. She couldn't drive. She can't drive now. But my girlfriend couldn't drive my car either because it was a stick shift. So I don't know how they got home. I don't know how they got my car home because they was going to allow her to take my car home or they were going to tow it. And I ended up going to jail that night. Now, like I said, I'm a rebellious person. So when we got to jail, I swear for goodness, they took my glasses from me. And I couldn't see stuff. Hey, Lady Pimp, what's up? Welcome to the room. If you you say you sub to everybody, make sure everybody sub Lady Pimp back. Lady Pimp, if I'm not sub to you, I'll make sure I do so as well. I think I am, but I'm not sure. But I make sure I sub to everybody that has channels. So we get to the jail. They take off my glasses and everything. And I'm in their mug singing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot just to annoy the hell out of police. Because the officers came up and they was like, you know what you did, right? And I was like, no, I don't know what I did. And at this particular time, there was another incident that had happened that ties into the 4th time I got arrested. Where there was an assault that happened and somebody's vehicle probably got damaged in a situation. We gonna say it like that. So I'm assuming that they are arresting me for that particular incident. But they wouldn't tell me what they arrested me for. They just kept saying, you know what you did, you know what you did. I'm like, no, I don't know what I did. So I'm in the jail. I'm straight up, y'all. I'm sitting there like this in the jail. I had my hair in cornrows too that day. It was so funny. And I'm like, swing low, sweet chariot. And I just kept getting louder and louder and louder. So the police kept coming back there and they was banging on the doggone bars with me and everything, trying to get me to shut up. So I shut up, and then it was a guy that was in the cell next to me. He picked up the song. So after a while, I had the whole cell, everybody was in holding, over there singing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and Rocking on the Bars. They transferred me to the city jail the next morning. And when they transferred me to the city jail, again, they feeding us soggy sandwiches. This time we got bologna sandwiches with cheese and wet white bread. One, I don't eat white bread. One, I don't eat bologna because I don't eat pork. So again, I wasn't eating. But in this particular jail, people wanted to fight you over some juice boxes. And I was like, this is all I got. So I'm about to fight up in the jail again because somebody trying to steal my juice box. But you weren't finna punk me like that. My girlfriend, the one who took my car home, she knew a guy that was down there in the jail. She said that she had agreed to go on a date with one of the marshals in order to get me out of jail. Because what they had did, because I was down there making such a ruckus in the police station, and I wouldn't cooperate, and I wouldn't admit to whatever they said that I did, because at this point in time, I still didn't know it was about the lady with the road rage situation. I'm thinking it's about this other issue. I wasn't finna admit to that. They were going to lose me in the system. So they purposely spelled my first name wrong. So if anybody came down there looking for me, then I couldn't be found. And then it was over the weekend. So if you're on the weekend in St. Louis and you get locked up on a Friday, you ain't getting out to that Monday. They don't hold court on the weekends here in St. Louis City. So I was going to be sitting there all weekend. But like I said she made an arrangement with this officer in order to get me out. So I got out of jail that time. Okay. So now, y'all know I travel a lot. I'm going in and out of the country. A few times, I got a date for freedom. Wait a darn second, date for freedom. Yeah, she made a date for my freedom. That's what she said. I don't know if she slept with the dude. I know she couldn't stand the dude, that I know. But she said she made a date for my freedom to help me get out because, like I said, they had purposely spelled my first name wrong so nobody could find me in the system. So you couldn't post bail for me or you couldn't find information for me. But she knew I was in jail because she was with me when they locked me up. So that's the only reason why she knew I was in jail. And so she reached out to the guy and they found me and then I was released. But so now we're going to go through like a whole year. I'm traveling in and out of town. I got stopped at customs a couple of times. And the first time I got stopped at customs, the airline was like, well, you done missed your flight. So if you want to stay here, we was in Puerto Rico. You want to stay in Puerto Rico instead overnight, you can. So we stayed in Puerto Rico overnight. That was fine. The next time we come through customs, they held me again, said something was wrong. They had a delay. They sent me to the back room. And at this point in time, I wasn't tripping off of why I was being stopped in customs so much. And I come to find out that they delay you in customs. If you ever come through the airport and they delay you in customs, you most likely are wanted somewhere. But I didn't know this at the time. So I'm going through customs. They delayed me again. And then I went through, I decided to detour myself to another city. Like I was like, I need to get home this particular time. So I went to the airline and I had them reroute me through Dallas to come back to St. Louis instead of making a straight flight. Because most of the Caribbean flights had a delay over in Puerto Rico. So I was always getting stopped at either Puerto Rico or Miami. So came through town, made it back home then. Okay, so now it's a whole year after the last incident happened. I'm coming back from Antigua. Went to go see my boyfriend. I was dating somebody internationally at the time. Coming back from Antigua. Go through the airport. And we got delayed again. And like I said, at this point in time, I still wasn't sure. I didn't understand why we was being late. But the delays had to do with, I was listed as a damn fugitive. Which is crazy. I wish I could show y'all my mug shots. I got pictures of them somewhere. But we coming through Puerto Rico. I decided to just go ahead and just get on the next flight that they had booked me on. They held me in Puerto Rico for like 5 hours. And we come through and we go through the St. Louis airport, right? Me and my girlfriend, Mocha, it's still her. We walking through the airport. One of the, if y'all haven't liked this video yet, go ahead and like it. Yes, it's likes on here. It's likes on here, Be Fabulous. She said one of you in here didn't like it. Thank you, Be Fabulous, for holding me down. Hey, Phone Jones. Hey, girl. Hey. So, we talking Phone Jones about the times that I got arrested. Right now, we on the 4th situation. And I was coming through St. Louis airport, just coming back off of vacation. And this dude walked up to me. Let me tell y'all, This motherfucker was fine. He was fine. And he called me by my government name, so I thought I knew him. He didn't say my last name, he just said my first name. He was like, hey, such and such, what's up with you? And I turned and looked at him, and Claude had mercy, this man was fine. And I was like, how you doing? You know, thinking I'm gonna get a holler. He came up on me, got real close, pulled his badge out on me and said, hey, you being arrested right now. But if you be real calm and real quiet, I won't have to put the handcuffs on you. I was like, what in the entire hell? He let my girls take my bags, and I gave her my debit card because I was like, if I get locked up this time, somebody got to bail me out. I got my own money. Y'all ain't gonna worry about trying to get no funds together. Y'all bail me the hell out. So, I got a few likes. It says that I have 12 people watching right now, and I have 10 likes. So I thank everybody that's watching. I thank everybody that's liking. And if you haven't liked already, go ahead and do so. I appreciate it greatly. That we got this number 11 right there. Now I'm 11. Appreciate that. All this black love, Black History Month. We got all this black love going up in here. We got white love going up in here too. I know that for certain. Thank y'all very much. So on this particular arrest, we came through the airport. Like I said, he was fine. Hi, Tracy Williams. Welcome to the room. Hey, girl. Hey. And so he came through, and he was like, yeah, you know, you being arrested. So as long as you don't make no noise, then we're not going to have no problem. So I'm like, I don't want to be embarrassed walking through the airport where they have to handcuff me. So he let me walk on to the room. Sent my girl on my way. He let her leave with my luggage. So they had already went through my luggage through customs, so they knew there wasn't nothing in there. I didn't have no weapons on me because I'm traveling through the airport. And we get to the back room, and he was like, you know, we've been looking for you for an entire year. And I was like, a year? What the hell you mean you've been looking for me for a year? And just now I said that I know I got one more time I got arrested after this. I'm going to tell you about that too. And he said he'd been looking for me for an entire year. And I was like, what the fuck you mean a year? He pulled out all my mug shots. He pulled out all the times I was stopped through customs. He's like, every time you got stopped through customs, you avoided arrest. And I was thinking, so every time I got detoured, like if the airline maybe gave me a hotel room and put me on another flight the next day, or if I rebooked myself the next day, then they couldn't track me. But if I stayed on the flight path that the airline wanted me to stay on, then that's how they knew. In this particular time, like I said, they delayed me, but I felt like I had to get home, so I just stayed on the flight that the airline booked me on next. And they caught my ass in St. Louis and arrested me and locked me up. So this was Valentine's Day of this particular year, because I say I had just went off from seeing my boyfriend. We spent Valentine's Day together, and they sent me to this jail, one of our county jails, where I encountered, first of all, it was a high school reunion. For some reason, every damn chick that I had went to high school with was in jail with me. I don't know what was going on up in this county jail, but everybody was there in this jail with me. But we get up in there, and they put me into this room with this girl named Kelly, who I like to call Crazy Kelly. From what I was told, based off of my history of the other times that I've been locked up, and supposedly having weapons, because they kept asking me about the previous time where I had a bench warrant and I was supposed to be armed and dangerous. They kept asking me about all these times. So based off my history, the COs at this particular jail was already warned about me coming. So I get into this jail, and they put me in this jail cell with this chick named Kelly. Like I said, I called her Crazy Kelly because nobody else in the jail could room with her. So they figured to break me, they was going to put me in the room with Crazy Kelly. Crazy Kelly every night would sit there and just say her name, Kelly, Kelly. And she would do that over and over again. I was like, I don't know if she's trying to intimidate me or what. But the third time she did it, I was like, hey, you better shut the fuck up. So now I'm ready to fight Kelly. And I would get up. I was there for like week 2. After I realized I wasn't getting released after week 1. I was there week 2. I told my friend to go ahead and put some money on my books so I could buy me some little trinkets. But don't put too much on there because I ain't going to be here too long. That's how I was feeling about it. I come to find out that I was arrested this time, not because of the road rage girl. It was because of the incident that a friend of mine had a boyfriend that was trying to cheat on her with another friend. So we went to her house by her request to handle this dude. Well, in the situation when it all broke down, a knife was pulled, a car was damaged, and that's what happened on that particular. I ain't gonna get into too much details because it's supposed to be expunged off my record at this time. What's up, Doran? Provost in the building. We talking about the times that I got locked up. Right now, I'm kind of explaining my 4th time that I was locked up. And in this particular case, like, I had went home. My friend had went home. Like I say, it's months and months later. But the girl who we went to go help with this old raggedy ass boyfriend of hers, she ended up telling the police where the fuck I lived and where I worked at. So that's how I got busted, because my so-called friend ended up busting on me, and then she ended up getting back with the dude anyway. But I got locked up and put in jail, and I was in jail in that particular time 6 weeks in that jail. Yes, she was a bitch. You can call her a bitch. So I got put in the jail because of my friend ratting out on me. So, but the way that this dude had told the police what had happened, he had gave 4 different stories about what really went down. So I was like, we can go to court on this, because neither one of those 4 stories match what actually happened. Now, like I said, somebody got a knife pulled out on them. Somebody's car got vandalized. That did happen. But the way that it was explained had happened didn't happen. So I was going to go to court on it. So I found out my 2nd week in jail. That's what I had got arrested for, because I hadn't been before a judge or anything yet. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm locked up for this situation. Now I'm mad. So in this particular jail, Crazy Kelly, like I say, every night she's still Kelly pulling her hair and Kelly rocking. And then she want to tell me about she need to get her kids back, and they took her kids from her, and she just want to, you know, do good and do right. And I was like, okay. They could have found out Crazy Kelly had been in jail 20 years. That she had been there 20 years. So she ain't seen these kids in over 20 years. They grown ass people now. But I started buying stuff from my commissary. Crazy Kelly started stealing my stuff. She started stealing my Jolly Ranchers. When she started stealing my green apple Jolly Ranchers, it became a real problem. So at night, I started threatening Kelly. So somehow it got back to the COs that I was had been there 20 years in jail. I was on week number 2, but they had put me in this jail with her, Tracy, in this cell with her, because they thought that I had been such a rough houser in the previous times that I've been arrested. They figured that they could break me by putting me in the jail with Kelly, but it ended up being turned around because Kelly was getting on my nerves and she was stealing my grape Jolly Ranchers. So I had to punk the shit out of Kelly. And then it got to the point where Kelly went to the CO to ask to not be in the cell with me. So for my last 5 weeks in that particular jail, I had a cell to myself. Nobody wanted to room with me because I was the so-called thug. Well, where the original situation happened with the friends, 503 code if I work too many changes in a day. Oh, wow. I ain't never heard of that. That's what I'm saying. 20 years on them green apple Jolly Ranchers. Because, hey, I didn't even like this girl anyway. Because every night she would sit up rocking and whispering her name. So I couldn't get no doggone sleep. But since I wasn't actually arrested in this particular county, they still had to transfer me over to another jail. So I sat here 6 weeks in this jail. So I spent 2 weeks with Crazy Kelly. Spent the last 4 weeks by myself in my cell. I read a lot of books. I started American Idol jail. I had people up in there doing singing and talent shows and everything. I didn't have no bitch, and I wasn't nobody's bitch. Wasn't no type of sexual activity going on with me, although I know a lot of other girls was doing the damn thing up in the jail cell. I don't get down like that. I fight. Don't come at me like that. So they transferred me, the actual county that the assault happened in. They transferred me over to this new jail. I'm not sure if other cities work this way, but if American Jail Idol was lit, I'm telling you, I had them chicks in there doing everything I want them to do, which was so funny. Like I told you, I'm 5 feet tall. I was like 160 pounds wet back then. So, you know, it was amazing that everybody like respected me. But since I was the only one that was able to check Crazy Kelly, Not only did I get respect from the inmates, I got respect from the COs. So they started letting me do everything I wanted to do. I got corn curls being brought to my thing. People was giving me food. I was like the kingpin up in that jail. It was like a college lifestyle, and everybody was just bringing stuff to me until they transferred me. Now, when they transferred me, I'm not sure how old some of you guys are in this room. When they transferred me, me and the cop that picked us up, like I say, St. Louis has this thing that if you're arrested in one county, in order for you to go over to the county that your charge is in, that county has to pay. And the longer that you are staying in the county, they have to pay. It's like $500 a day to hold a prisoner in a county for which they have no charges. So, but they left me there for 6 damn weeks. And then they transferred me up to this new jail. Now, on the way to the new jail, me and this officer, we was talking. We was talking like we was friends. Like buddy. And I knew he was trying to get information out of me. I still wouldn't talk about the charges. You say, I'm an old lady, 49. Girl, you ain't old. You ain't old. You ain't number 5 years older than me. You ain't old. We still in our prime. We still in our prime. So when we get over to the new jail, like the officer in the car the whole way, it's like a 45-minute ride. We laughing and joking. I'm in cuffs in the car though. We still laughing and joking. I felt okay. We walk inside this jail and he sit me in the room. It's like 15 other inmates in there. I guess we all were getting processed at this time. And we all sitting down and everybody talking. It was like, okay, what's up? They used to call me St. Louis because I was from St. Louis. They like, okay, you St. Louis, and another girl was from East Side. We started calling everybody from the areas that they were from. That's what names we gave them. We all sitting there making acquaintance with each other. Most of the young ladies were in there for petty theft, shoplifting. I say I was the only one that was in there for assault, and then a couple chicks were in there for prostitution. That's what the whole little room was. Well, the cop came in, the one who was just so nice and friendly to me on the way there, that whole 45-minute ride, walks in the room and said, "Hoes, get up!" Everybody else jumped up. I was sitting there like this, like he ain't fucking talking to me. He must be talking to the two prostitutes. And then I said, well, maybe the girls who was petty, shoplifting, maybe they was prostitutes, and that's why he called them hoes. But no, he was calling all of us hoes. And I was like, oh, I ain't moving. I said, you can either call me by my last name, you can call me inmate, but what you not gonna call me is hoe. Now, again, this is just the cop that was just riding over there with me, cool with me, and, trying to get a feel for who I was. So now he jumped up in my face like, bitch, if I say get up, you get the fuck up. Now I feel like I said, when I mentioned the age, if y'all ever watch Penitentiary H, the Cell Block H or Cell Block D, that's exactly what they had just transferred me over to. He said, hoes, get up. And I was like, I ain't moving. And like I said, I'm still, first of all, I'm just got cool with you, bruh. I've just got cool with you. And now you gonna call me a hoe? I ain't moving. So I was sitting there. He got up in my face like, bitch, I said get up. Get up off the ground. Get up, get up, get up. If I scream your name and tell you get up, you move. And I was like, my name ain't hoe. I ain't moving. So, of course, they had to come snatch me up. It was like 2 or 3 cops. And these were, in this facility, it was men officers. It wasn't female cops handling female inmates. It was men. So he snatched me up and got me to my feet. Okay, I'm standing now. Because I'm not finna fight back because I'm still actually handcuffed. So I'm not finna fight back. But to show me a lesson, they marched me down the hall and separated me from the rest of the girls. And they put me into this little cell. Our cells were like 6x9 cells. I swear this was Penitentiary H, Cell Block D. This was Oz. Everything up in this little joint. This place was real prison. We go up in there and they got me in there with these 2 big burly butch women. Lesbians, dykes, they was butch. I thought they was men. That's who I thought they was when they put me in there. And at first I'm thinking, okay, they trying to have these women rape me. Because I just remember the TV shows where girls get put into penitentiary and then they get raped by other women. So I'm like, no, this ain't finna go down. So I'm already ready to fight. I was always on 10, always ready to fight. But these two chicks turned out to be pretty damn cool. So since they weren't intimidating me enough, then they decided to move me over to a cell. So they did the same thing that the other jail did when I got arrested for the road rage. They mistyped my name on purpose so I can be lost in the system. And, hey, what the hell wrong with you? My damn cat just tried to bite me. They tried to lose me in the system. So my friend, I found out later, she said she had been looking for me and they had no record that I had been transferred. The other jail wouldn't tell her where I went because she was bringing my daughter down there to visit me. My daughter was the only person I wanted to see when I was locked up. And so when she went down to the other jail where Crazy Kelly was at, I was nowhere to be found. And they had no record that I had been transferred in the system because they, again, misspelled my name. I get over here to this jail. They put me in the cell. It's 20 of us women in this cell. It wasn't a 6x9 cell this time. Maybe a 12x12 cell. We had like 12 bunk beds in there with 20 women. So if you didn't have a bunk bed, you was on the floor. You had your toilet in the middle of the room. And it was like no walls around it. Everybody sitting there watching you piss. And it was chicks up there like this. Like straight trying to look between your legs and watch you using the bathroom. They had a shower. The shower was in the dining area, but it's all in the same cell. And you can close the curtain on the shower, but the only temperature we had was hot as hell. That water came out and scalded your skin. So like, I kind of like, the first day I tried it, burnt the shit out of myself, and I was like, nah, I ain't getting it here. So in my mind, this little nasty now. In my mind, I wasn't finna bathe. I tried not to eat food so I wouldn't have to take a shit. Because I wanted to be as funky as possible so none of these chicks would try to run up on me. Because now it was more of them. I was in a cell with, it was mixed races in this cell. But it was some chicks in here who looked like they was ready to get at me. And they weren't necessarily ready to get at me because they thought I was cute. It was because I was from St. Louis. And I was now in jail over in St. Clair, Illinois. They had took me like almost an hour away from home. These chicks was ready to get at me. But luckily, one of the little girls that I met, I think she was locked up for prostitution. One of those girls I met, you could talk through the walls. So she was like screaming through the wall like, hey, St. Louis, you in there, you in there? So I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I'm talking back through the walls with her. She had phone privilege. I didn't have phone privileges. So I had her calling my friends and family to let them know what jail I was in. Now, one of the problems that I had, though, that I wish wouldn't happen, because like I said, I was ready to go all the way to court with this because the way the dude told the story was a lie. I feel like I could beat that in court. But she was so afraid for my life in this particular penitentiary. And then, like I said, they was responsible for my daughter at the time. I had somebody cover me at work, so I wasn't going to lose my job. I have the type of job that when I don't come into work, I just tell somebody else to show up for me. So I had a guy. I called him, let him know what the situation was, and he was going to work for me until I came back to work. So my job didn't even know I was locked up. And I came back out. Hey, Ty, what's up, girl? What time are you starting your live? Because I know you do your live on Sundays, your Sunday Fun Days. Are you still going to do it today? Or are you going to be watching the Super Bowl? I'm not a Super Bowl person, so I didn't care about the Super Bowl. Ty Bibbins also does a live stream, a Sunday Fun Day. It usually goes like 2 to 3 hours on Sundays. It's very funny, very informative, and it's also a great networking session as well. So sub to Ty as well. 3 p.m. Central Standard. Okay, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be logged into you because I'm about to shut us down in a few minutes here. So, so you a Ty Bibbins fan too, Smurfette? That's what I'm saying. All the support. That's much love, much love. So we go to once the word gets back to my friends and family where I'm actually at, my friend decided to, oh, so your last name is Bibbins. Y'all might be cousins, hey? So once we get back to where my friends and family figured out where I was at, my girlfriend took my ATM card and she paid the restitution. The restitution is basically they take my money. It's not a bond. They take my money and pay it to the person who filed the charges against me to pay punitive damages to them. So she did that, and that's how I ended up getting out of jail. I was so mad because I was like, that's my goddamn money, and I planned on fighting this. But yeah. So it was just a bad situation all around. And as I was talking, like I said, I remember one more time that I got locked up. And this is crazy. Y'all need a break from me and my lockup stories, or y'all want me to keep going? Because I got one more story about me being locked up, which was hilarious. Well, it's hilarious to me. So I get called to jury duty. I'm being served as one of the jurors this particular time. And inside jury duty, the judge has everybody in there. We're all signed up. You're assigned a jury number. Oh, you from Kansas? Girl, you down the street too. I didn't know that, Smurfette. You down the street in Kansas? I'm in St. Louis, so you right down the street from me. Oh, your dad is in Kansas. What part of Kansas is he from? I got a lot of family up in Kansas City, and I got family up in Junction City, Kansas. But most of my family's in Kansas City, Missouri. And then I'm down in St. Louis. So, moving on with the last story, like I said, I was in jury duty. In St. Louis, they assign us juror numbers. And they're not supposed to identify you by name. They're supposed to identify you by your number. We go into the jury room. And this particular case was like a really fucked up case. It was a man who had sodomized and raped his 10-year-old niece. Those what the charges were. And as they're going through the list of all the things he did, he had like 14 counts of sodomy, 12 counts of rape, and a few other charges he had did to his 10-year-old niece. And everybody's sitting up here like, you know, listen to it. So the judge turns to me and calls me by my name instead of juror number 243, which I was at that day. And he said, "How do you feel about the case?" I said, "I'm pretty pissed off right now." That was my response. Well, the judge got pissed off that I said pissed off. He said, "You need to watch your mouth in my doggone courtroom. You don't say words like that. You speak in here like you do when you was in church." Okay. Y'all know I'm a smart ass. So I says back to the judge, well, this is how I speak in church if I was to go to church, because God knows my heart. So now we got into, well, if you say another word, then you're going to be in contempt of court. I was like, well, you asked me a damn question. So since you asked me a question, I answered it. You wanted to know how I felt about it. I'm pissed off about it. So now me and the judge go back and forth. Now, mind you, I am a juror. I hadn't even been selected for the jury. This is jury selection. So one girl, while me and the judge are arguing, she breaks out screaming at the man who's being charged with all the sodomy charges about how a bastard he was and he needed to die and burn in hell. And the bailiffs come in and escort her outside. Now, me and the judge, we still going at it because he still want me to shut my mouth. And I'm like, don't ask me no damn questions if you don't want me to talk. And you shouldn't be calling me by my name. That was the next thing I had issue for. You should not be saying my name in front of the defendant, because if I am one of the people that put his ass in jail, then he gonna know my real doggone name. So he was like, y'all need to take her out. Y'all need to take her out. So the bailiffs came and escorted me out as well. So I'm getting escorted out of the room, and the young lady who just had the outburst, who was going in on the defendant, talking about how he need to go to hell and how he need to be buried under the jail, she is allowed to calm down and come back into the court. But not me. I get sent to jail. So I get sent to jail on jury duty. Now my daughter went to school right around the corner from the jail. I had already told her to meet me at the courthouse because I know jury duty is over at 5 o'clock. I said, just meet me at the courthouse. Y'all sit down there and wait for me. Well, my kid and her best friend sitting down there waiting for me to come out of jury duty, and I'm locked the hell up. While I'm down in the cell, they had a shift change, and one of the cops come in and was like, yeah, this little bitch right here, she was in there mouthing off at the judge. She shouldn't have been out mouthing off, and she wouldn't have been locked up. And it was a lady cop that was in there, and she was like, no, she wasn't mouthing off. He asked her a damn question. He didn't like her answer. He didn't like her answer. He shouldn't be asking her question. So they get into it. So I got one cop on my side and one cop not on my side. They going back and forth. And the judge had gave them instructions to send me to the workhouse. Again, this was a Friday. So if you locked up in St. Louis on the weekend, you're not getting back out until that following Monday. But this not only was a Friday, Monday was a damn holiday. So I wouldn't have got out of jail till Tuesday. Girl, I don't know how I built the mentality to withstand jail. I think it's just my upbringing. I told my real G, you know how we got them thug G tears tied. You know, my real G was coming out this particular time. So while the officers are down there arguing about whether or not I should be locked up or not, like I said, the judge sent the order down to send me over to the workhouse to teach me a lesson. I wasn't supposed to be let out of jail till after the holiday. Now again, mind you, my daughter and her friend are sitting up in the lobby waiting on me to come out of jury duty, so they don't know anything. And I'm telling this officer, I say, my kids are upstairs. You know, they waiting on me. And he was like, I don't care what's upstairs waiting on you. The other lady cop was like, you know what, I'm going to go talk to them. So I think she went up there to tell them that I was locked up or that I was delayed. That's what she told them. And it'd be a minute. Well, they had a shift change. Like, I got arrested from jury duty like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My daughter came around 4:30. And now it's 6 p.m. I'm still locked up in the cell downtown because the two officers that were there were arguing over whether or not they were going to send me over to the workhouse to be incarcerated for the entire weekend. The workhouse is like a medium security jail here in St. Louis. So I'm over here sitting down there waiting on them to decide what the heck they gonna do. And it was a shift change, and this white officer comes in, older guy. I don't even think this man had been on the street in about 20 years. He came in and sat down, and he unlocked the cell and opened my door. And then I was like, okay, what's going on? He said, you weren't here. I said, what do you mean I weren't here? He said, he gave me back my eyeglasses because they took my eyeglasses. They took my shoestrings. Gave back my eyeglasses. Gave back my shoestrings. And said, I'm going to give you this stuff back. You go out the back door. Do not go upstairs. And you were never here. You were never in our system today. And he's like, if you go back upstairs, they're going to arrest you again. So walk out that back door. I sat there for a good 10 minutes, y'all, because I thought this was a setup. I thought they was trying to let me out and say I escaped or some shit so I wouldn't move. And he was like, look, we having a shift change right now. The people that's coming on the second shift don't know anything about you. You hadn't been put in the system because they could not decide whether or not they could not agree to whether or not they were going to follow the judge's order. So you are not in our system. Nobody has records that you have been detained. So walk out of here right now and don't look back. So after he explained that to me, I walked my black ass out that jail, went out the back, went upstairs. My daughter had a cell phone. I called her and told her where to meet me at, and we drove off to freedom. Is basically what happened. I didn't know if I was being set up or being free, because he was like, the man that came down there had not told, I had never seen him. He hadn't been down there the whole day. And then he just come down there and open the cell. And when he opened the cell, he picked up his newspaper and just started reading like that. He didn't look at me or anything. And I was like, what's going on? He was like, you weren't here. So what you mean I wasn't here? And I swear he never looked at me. He just kept looking at his paper. He kept flipping his page. He said, you ain't in our system. And he just started explaining everything to me and told me I could walk away. And for a whole week, I was scared as hell. And then I got a check from jury duty saying I was actually in jury duty for 3 days because nobody knew that I was actually incarcerated. And those are my incarceration stories, y'all. Those are my incarceration stories. So when y'all hear me in my reviews and my recaps, and it's a situation that got to do with like the police, and I say that one time I was locked up, now y'all can refer back to this video to one of these 5 times that I was locked up, and y'all know exactly what I was talking about. So oh, I've been talking for 53 minutes. So we got 7 minutes left in the stream. I said I was going to only stay on here an hour. Anybody else? Is there love after lockup? Let me tell you, the guy, when I got locked up the last time, the guy that I was with, we broke up. I threw away the clothes that I had on that day. I felt they was jinxed. And I had some New Balance tennis shoes. Every time I got locked up, with the exception of the jury duty day, I had on a pair of New Balance tennis shoes. And I was like, I'm never going to wear another New Balance tennis shoes again. I bought another pair, but I don't wear them outside the house. Matter of fact, I gave that pair to my mama. And then she got locked up. After that, she got into a fight. She was on like a political campaign protest. And they got into a protest fight. And the officer said my mama assaulted her. So she got locked up. And she had on them damn New Balance shoes. Something was in them shoes. They was jinxed. I wasn't going to wear them ever again. Don't bring them New Balance up here by me, Ty. I like I said, I have another pair, but I have never wore that pair of shoes outside. I use them on my treadmill. And if I happen to get locked up in my house, it's going to be, I bet you I'm going to have them New Balance shoes on. But those things was jinxed. So my mama, I think she ended up burning the shoes after that, after she got locked up in them same shoes. But those are all my my jail experiences. Thank you, Casey Connection. It's like I used to do story times on here, but all my story times, people think they are so far-fetched. The very first one I did was the one time I got kidnapped. And when I say one time, it was like the first time it happened more than once. Actually, no, that particular story was the second time that I had got kidnapped. The first time I was real young. So we need to have a private conversation because I missed some of it. Because I keep getting interrupted. That's okay, girl. You know me and you gonna talk. But you know the video will still be up too. But if anybody feel comfortable enough sharing a story, you know. Or I'm the only person that's in here that's been locked up. I know my other girl, she ain't in the room right now. She had told us in the grown folks section that she had been incarcerated before. But other than that, I think we the only YouTubers that I know of that is openly admitted they have been incarcerated. But all of my incarcerated time only totals 2 months and 1 week. That's all my time. Girl, he was fine. The guy that arrested me in that airport was so fine. Oh my, oh, he was vainglorious. And I had just broke up. Like I said, I went out of town with my boyfriend, and then we broke up. So I was feeling free, and then I got locked the hell up. But he was so fine. So you've been locked up too? Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp. I understand, girl. It's hard out here. I haven't been locked up, but I had my ex-husband locked up. I understand why your ex-husband had to be locked up that time. I know your story. I understand that fully. I would have probably kicked his ass. I'd have been in jail for your ex-husband. That's like the similar situation with the last girl. There was a whole assault charge, and I'm trying to help a friend out with her motherfucking boyfriend, and then she snitched on me and tell the police officer that I was the one that did it and helped him out and gave him all my information. And then my other friend that was with us, like I said, for somehow by the time it got down to the 4th police report, she was completely removed from the situation like she wasn't there, and I wasn't the only one that was involved in that situation. Now the girlfriend, I made sure that she stayed apart from it, so she didn't even know what had happened. So for her to snitch to the police that who I was and what supposedly happened, I was like, bitch, you wasn't even there. We made sure you wasn't there so you wouldn't be implicated. What in the hell? Come on to her. Y'all seen Keena the other day? She was blind. Now she's going pink.
Oh God, my legs.
She's going fuchsia.
Woo!
So she's down her fuchsia right now.
Yeah. I think. Like, can you check like the back and see if I got everything?
You still kind of blind. You got some blind and fuchsia mixed together, but it looks cute. It looks like you purposely intended it to be that way.
No.
It's a lot of blonde through there.
Where?
All the way.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like you did it on purpose though.
I can't see the back of my head though. So.
Oh, but it looks good.
And I'm almost out.
It's like strands. Like this whole part right here is blonde. This whole part right here is blonde. Over here is blonde. Right in here is blonde, but the tip is not. So it looks like you did it on purpose. Match your shirt, see? Hey. These are... Yeah, oh God. I had to open it for her. I got a little bit of... Yeah. So my daughter is like of many rainbows. She loves the rainbow hair.
I am. I love rainbows.
So, yeah, those are my experiences. But now love after lockup. Let me go back to that for a second. I've dated a lot of guys in lockup. Speaking of lockup, remember in my Traveling Talk Tuesday, I told you that my old ex-boyfriend reached out to me, and he was saying that I was concerned he was trying to get me to be his jail bae. I'm thinking that's what's going on. He wrote me a letter now. And in the letter, I didn't read it yet because I dropped it out of my hand as soon as I took it out. And I read that first sentence. The first thing I read said something about how he know I still got love in my heart for him. And if I don't, that's what shovels are made for, to dig that love back out so we could reunite. No, boo. Ain't going down. I am not faithful to men in jail. And it's probably a good thing I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, because my boyfriend had broke up with me. I broke up with him. We broke up. So when I was in jail, I didn't have a male companion to like hold on to. But no, I ain't finna be your jail babe. But I've dated a lot of guys who had been locked up back in my younger day. And this 44-year-old me, I can't do it. I'm not that faithful. I ain't loyal. I ain't loyal to that. Maybe, like I said, if you did some petty shoplifting. Hey, Donna Michelle, you done missed the whole jail story, girl. Donna Michelle is in the building. What's up, girl? I just told 5 different stories about when I got locked up, Donna. You done missed it all. And we about to shut down here in a few seconds. You can catch you on Facebook. I'm going to find you on Facebook too then, Smurfette. Don't just tell Ty to find you. I'm going to find you too. So yeah, that's cool. That's all my old jail stories. The 5 times that I have been incarcerated. Like I said, I wasn't anybody's jail bae at the time, and I can't even date a jail bae. I can't even be somebody's jail bae right now. But the guy that I told y'all about that Tuesday that reached back out to me, yeah, he wants me to still be in love with him. Right? Yeah. We might have to do this again and just do another open story time. I'm going to try to bring story time back to my channel, and it's just going to be one Sunday a month. Like I said, along with my weight loss videos. I still do weight loss videos, but that's going to be once a month too. I think you'll see the best change in me monthly instead of me trying to come on weekly. So I'm going to do a soft plug again. If you missed the beginning, like I said, I am a writer. I have a book out called Doing the Damn Thing. Y'all can get that on Amazon or order it through me. If you email me, I can get you a signed copy. I have a new book called Regrets coming out in February. I also have another book called Endgame. So if you have Doing the Damn Thing, and it's a story in there called Going Home, I read that in the last grown folks session on Friday night. His full story is coming out also. What else? I do travel accommodations. I'm going to put all these links once this video upload for sure. I do travel accommodations. I can get y'all 4 days and 3 nights for $99 in Orlando, Las Vegas, Myrtle Beach, Branson, Gatlinburg, Port City, Williamsburg, and Miami. 4 days and 3 nights. I'm gonna add all the links to my I have a website for my business. I'll link that in there too as well. Thank you for the congratulations on the book. That is a grown folks book. It's all erotic. My next book, Regrets. I'm trying to get y'all a picture of it so y'all can see it. Hopefully y'all will be able to see it on here. Got my little Kindle in hand. My next book, Regrets. That is a story of a woman who is fighting demons. And she meets up with an officer who has demons of his own. And once they 2 lives collide, you know, that's where the story really picks off. Do I have the title? Go to book 1. See if I can get to the beginning. I thought I had the copies of these on my book, one thing. Maybe I don't. So, but yeah, you can read the erotica. If you go on the Amazon and pull up the title, Doing the Damn Thing, and it's Thang, T-H-A-N-G, because I'm a little bit country. If you pull that up, you will see Doing the Damn Thing. Or if you type in my name, Siva, S-I-V-A-D, you'll pull up my books as well. You can read the first 3 chapters of this for free. And I'm thinking that once you read those first 3 chapters, you're going to want to read more. That's how I feel about it. Like I said, if you were in the live stream the other day for grown folk session, I do a grown folk session on Friday nights. It's something very new. So I've done 2 weeks now. Grown folk session is when we sit down and we talk about sexually related topics. Last week I had my mother in the house, and my daughter actually joined in as well. We had some very healthy discussions. Put a link. Can you add? I don't think you can add links to the actual streams. You still got a couple streams, but yeah, you got more coverage.
Where? Maybe strands.
These 3 here.
I don't want to put anything.
Yeah. So you I don't think you can add links to the streams. I tried to do that before, and it says links are not allowed. But you use a different system than me, I think, Ty, because I use YouTube Live to put my streams up, and I know you can't add links to my streams. The moderator can. Okay. So how would I send it to you? Oh, you have to make me a moderator. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna have to be on there at 3 o'clock, and then I can add a stream, I guess. And yeah, but once this video uploads, it'll be all the links to this, the links to my travel thing. It'll be listed like my travel accommodations. Again, these are not airline tickets, these are just accommodations. I got some 2-bedroom apartment style resort accommodations right now for a whole weekend in Las Vegas for $29. Most of mine do not go over $300 for even like for us. I think my highest, I think it's $399, and it's a 7-night stay for 2 people in Orlando, and you get 2 tickets to Walt Disney World for $399 for the whole week. That's the whole accommodations. I have deals like that. So, and of course, there's always a catch. The catch is basically they want you to take a tour of the property. You take a tour of the property, you get those good rates, and you don't have to buy anything on the tour, and they also feed you. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Anybody else want to cover any other topics while we still live? Anybody had any particular questions about my for arrest? Am I on IG? I am on IG as My Twisted Life, Life LYF, no spaces, no capitals. I'm also on Twitter the exact same way. I try to keep all the only thing that's missing is the with poetry, but I'm on IG the same way. And I'll try to add that down here too as well. Anybody else got anything? All right. I want to thank y'all for coming back. I hope that you were able to subscribe to everybody that's here today. Like I said, YouTube is doing this thing for February where they are sharing black content creators that's sharing their channels for Black History Month. But most of these channels are like already have over 1 million subs. I mean, I love them as well, but it's us shorties that need to be picked up and still continue to grow. Thank y'all all for joining me. I'm going to come over to your Ty Bibbins. I'll be over at your stream a little later today. And thank you all for being here. I'm signing off in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peace, y'all. Love you.